Yeah, Daily Go Get 'em show. I don't want to get stuck in a hole here. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight? It's the Daily Daily Go Get 'em show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it whiz? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about losing your job tonight, all right? When you are about to lose your job, talk about a time when you see the professional best or worst in somebody. Let their job be on the line. Let somebody's job be on the line when they need the job, when they have to have the job, when their lifestyle is on is on the line at the job. Your income, your personality. A lot of people, a lot of people's whole sense of self comes through their career. I don't know if y'all know anybody like this, but I've known plenty of people who who define themselves through what they do for a living. You know what I mean? It's more than just being a butcher, baker, or candlestick maker. Like their whole sense of pride in what they do depends on what they do for a living. And I'm like, wow. And we do hype up, what a person does for a living, your contribution to society, your contribution to the community, to this world. I'm like, so you work at a job, I don't know, maybe you work at GM, for example, GM, Ford, Chrysler, whatever, for 25 years, and you feel like you've given something back to the world. All right, you've made cars, and those cars are on the street, but you didn't make the complete car. It's an assembly line. So you made but nonetheless, for a lot of people, what they do for a living is what they do. I don't know if you've ever spoken to anybody, or if you know anybody who can't get around the subject of work when you have a conversation with them. Like, it may start off with the small talk that, hey, how are you? How you been? Family, kids. How you been feeling? Your health. Yeah, it might start off like all of that, small talk and all of that, but eventually it goes into what they do for a living, and then they start talking about the people on their job and what they do and all that kind of stuff. There are a lot of people who are like that, and there are different forms of the way people do this. For some people, they're talking about where they work or what they do for a living because they really don't have anything outside of that they do for a living. Think about it. If somebody works all the time, and they're spending, I don't know, 16 hours a day almost, okay, let's say 12 hours, at least 12 hours a day at their job, then that's half of their day, half of a whole 24-hour day, not half a day. You know how we be talking about, I spend half of the day waiting in the line to get my license straight at the DMV. No, you ain't spent half a day. You might have spent 3 or 4 hours, which felt like your whole afternoon, or whatever, your whole morning into afternoon, however it goes. So it took up a big chunk of your day. But we talking about 12 hours. That's half of a real day, a 24-hour day. So if a person works that much, if that's what they fortify their lives with, then yeah, it would make sense that a large part of their conversation is wrapped up in what they do for a living. But is that how they feel about themselves? Even if you don't have that much material to talk about conversationally with somebody, is what you do your claim to fame? For a lot of people that I've known, it was their claim to fame. And when they lost their job, they really didn't believe that anybody else respected them. I'm like, listen, I knew somebody who told me that they got fired from their job and they went into a bit of a depression. And they said, And they said, to me personally, well, like when I lost my job, I didn't think that you would look at me the same way. I was like, why? Did I meet you at work? Were you working under me or was I working under you? Were you feeding me from your job? And the answer to all of those questions was no. So I was like, but why would I care outside of being concerned about you and your financial position? Outside of that, why would I care about you losing your job? And she had to admit that, well, because what she did for a living was who she was. That's how she looked at it. Like, yeah, I work for this company. This is what I do. I make this much money doing it. And I was like, nah, sis, I don't really give a fuck. Had to be real. Like, I don't really give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck what nobody does for a living. If the job that you choose, if that works for you, then it works for me. But by no means am I like super proud of you because you work for IBM or because you work for ExxonMobil or because you're an executive. I'm proud of you, in a sense, but not necessarily because of that. Like, I'm not, to me, that would be like clout chasing. But a lot of people, they feel the way that she felt. And trust me, she was stuck in that and she carried that to the next job that she got. What it is, what it is. So when you are about to lose your job, you're going to see how people really, really act professionally when they know that the writing is on the wall for them to lose their job. And when your job is on the line, when you know that the executive eagles are coming down to swoop you and take you up out of here. I can't say the vultures because the vultures feed off the dead. You're still alive. So we talking about an eagle. We talking about a hawk. We talking about a falcon. We talking about a big bird that will prey on you. So yeah, when some people are about to lose their job, you might see them really start to step their game up, trying to stop the process from happening, trying to stop the bleeding, trying to reverse the curse. And that is a horrible position to be in because it's almost impossible to do it. When you really are about to get fired, there really ain't too much you can do to stop it. But sometimes through the luck of the draw, or if somebody is about to, or if you're about to get fired because of some hate shit, some incorrect information type thing, something going on behind the scenes that you don't know about. But the thing is, if that's happening, then more than likely you have already, or your job has already started the process of getting rid of you. One thing about working in management is that when somebody is setting you up to fire you, because they show you how to set people up to get fired. They show you the process to get started on terminating somebody. So they show you how to give somebody enough rope to hang themselves. So when it starts to happen to you, you can act like you don't see it or like it's not really going down, but you know when they have you training your replacement, you already know when meetings start being held and you ain't part of them. The same meetings that you used to be a part of all the time, now you ain't part of those meetings. Nothing spells you about to be up out of here like when they start cutting you out of the day-to-day processes of shit. When they used to come to you for advice or for direction or for instruction in certain things, and now they ain't calling on you no more. They calling on somebody else. A dumb, lazy person thinks that when they start giving them less work. They're like, yeah, that's what's up, because I ain't feel like doing that shit anyway. They don't realize, like, when you start getting less responsibility at the job, that ain't a good thing. That ain't a good thing. So what the Guan do? I said what the Guan do? Because it's not always a hopeless situation. It is sometimes a situation that you can turn around. Sometimes you can do certain things in order to get this thing back on track. But you have to kind of know what you're doing. And we're going to go over some of those things. Yes, we are. We're going to go over some of them things. We're going to go over some of them things. Go over some of them things. Go over some of the things. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily. The Daily Go Get 'Em is a show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And things would never be the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and things will never be the same. Every day it rains and things will never be the same. What should I say? And the DG will be the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Get 'Emism show all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Get 'Emism show, we are talking about when you are about to lose your job, son. Yo, you can get anxious when you are about to lose your job. You start losing sleep when you are about to lose your job. Shoot, up until then, you might have been acting like you ain't give a shit about the job. I've seen a whole lot of that. I mean, I don't care about this job anyway. Well, sometimes you might not care about the job. Not the job itself. That don't mean you don't care about your money. I mean, we got responsibilities at home. You might have kids that you still taking care of. You definitely have bills to pay, revolving accounts, gas, water, electric, phone, credit cards, tuition. It keep on going. It does. It just keeps on going. And you got to have money. I don't care how much money you got saved up. One of the most demoralizing things to ever have to do, y'all can co-sign this or not, one of the most demoralizing things to ever have to do is to go into your savings in order to pay some bills. You do not want to go into your savings to pay some bills. You might get pissed off about having to go into your savings in order to pay an emergency thing that happened. You know, something broke down, a refrigerator, a car, your people went out of town on vacation and something happened with them. They got robbed or something like that. So you had to pay to get them back home. Something like that. That's what you save up money for in the first place. You don't save up your money because you use too much gas and electric this month. Because it shows that you're not making enough money. If you can't pay your bills from your paycheck alone, then you're not making enough money. So having to go into your savings in order to pay your regular revolving accounts, that ain't a good look, baby. That ain't a good look. And it's definitely pure evidence of bad money management. It's written all over that thing. All over it. I hate trying to pretend like I don't care about something that I care about. I don't know about you, but I don't like having to do that shit. I hate acting like I don't care about something that I care about, pretending like I don't want to call somebody that I want to speak to, acting like I don't care about somebody that I love, acting like I don't give a shit about a situation that concerns me. That's kind of like what you get into when you know your job is on the line and you trying to save face in front of your family, your co-workers, your friends, and all of that. Deep down inside is killing you because you know it feels like you on blast. It's like it can feel like a form of bullying, honestly. Everybody knows you getting shitted on. Everybody can see that your job is in jeopardy. And people are watching, whether they saying it or not, whether they are confronting you about it or not, whether they have been supportive or not. People are watching to see how you're going to handle it. What is your professional appearance? What are you going to do on that professional stage when your job is on the line? Like I said, it brings out the best and the worst in the people. So some people you're going to see really step up to the plate and try to start being more productive, trying to change that thing around, reverse that thing, reverse that whole termination process, showing the job how much they need you and how valuable you can be. When you know damn well inside you should have been doing that the whole time. Now, just because your job doesn't value you doesn't mean that you haven't been giving it what you're supposed to or giving it your all. You might just be dealing with, a hating ass coworker or a supervisor or manager or something that has it in for you. And you know how it is when you got a bad manager or supervisor or somebody else that has you in their crosshairs. When they got you in their crosshairs, baby, you are the target. So, it's like being out there on stage and you shy about performing in front of people. Like I said, it can feel like bullying. It can feel like somebody is bullying you because they are giving you things to see how you're going to react to them. So it brings out the best and the worst in people. And some people know how to play the game. So, like, let's say if it's a situation where somebody is trying to set you up to get fired, but they haven't done it in a professional way. They haven't gone through the processes. So they really are trying to get you to play yourself in a way so they can make the rumors that they've spread about you, the defamation that they have started against you and all of that, so they can make that look like it's about something. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Somebody in here know what I'm talking about. So if they can get you to act out of character because you think that shit is slipping away from you. So you know how it is. Some people who are in jeopardy of losing their jobs, they say, fuck you. Y'all gonna fire me anyway. So I might as well go out like a G. I might as well go out like Rambo, Commando, MacGyver. See, the thing is, all of them had jobs. They had a purpose. Anyway, that's what we're talking about tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show. That shit is crazy. I've seen people throw all caution to the wind. Well, they're gonna fire me anyway. So I ain't gonna watch my mouth. Some people they feel like they might as well go ahead and speed up the process. But see, if you are worried about still getting unemployment and all of that kind of stuff, then you better watch your step. Number one, you want to keep your job going as long as possible. If you're smart, you'll start looking for another job as soon as you realize that your job is on the line. You want to get out there and start looking for a job. Regardless of whether you find a job comparable to the one that you're doing, you don't want to be left out there without an income. When you fall or when you jump out the window, you want to have a good trampoline or a good cushion to break the fall. You don't want to fall on that concrete. That's what you don't want to do. So what the guan? Carol Chamberlain says, Omar, are you referring to me? I don't think you was in jeopardy of losing your job. You said you got mad at him and broke out. You got mad at him and said, "Ah, ah." Ansel says, it would be scary having your lifestyle change. You start thinking about all the things you ain't going to be able to do no more because you ain't got this money. And it don't even matter how much money you make. Your lifestyle is conducive to however much you make. So if you make a lot, more than likely you have a lifestyle that fits you making a lot. Even if you save a lot of what you make. If you make a little bit, you still probably are spending all the way up to the end of whatever little you make. So it's serious. It's real serious. You know what I'm saying? It's serious. So, you know, knowing that you're about to get fired, it starts to become all about you. It starts to become about you. I don't care if they laying off people and all of that. You don't be worried about them laying off everybody, but when you gotta see, when you seeing other departments get shut down, you seeing people get walked out of the place, off the plant, out of the office, escorted, emptying out their desks, and it ain't you yet. It's like having a mass shooter and he bucking everybody around you. You seeing the bodies drop everywhere. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Pop, 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 pop. You watching everybody get hit. You ducking, you running, you playing dead, you rolling. You seeing that person over there bleeding. That person over there didn't make it. That person over there is still moving. That person over there is not. And the shooter's still shooting. Pop, 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 pop. Brr, 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 pop, brr, brr, brr. And you just waiting to see if you're going to get shot. That's kind of like what it's like when you know that they're making major cuts at your job and you know that you could be part of those layoffs, those cuts, those budget cuts. You go home and you still alive and you like, nobody has guaranteed you. Don't worry. We shooting all these other people. We taking everybody else out, but you good. Nobody has said that to you. They ain't saying nothing. And you can't go and get the gun from the shooter. How about that part? You can't go disarm the shooter. Yeah, you got to eat that. You can't disarm the shooter. Yeah, man, it's a tough situation. But you're worried about yourself. You got mouths to feed. You're one of the mouths. So it start to, when you start to have to make that decision between the linguine, the fettuccine, the spaghetti, and the ramen noodle. No, this ain't lo mein. This ain't rice noodles. You down to the red pack, the orange pack. Well, the red pack is the beef, the orange pack is the chicken, the pink pack is the shrimp, the blue pack is the oriental. What's the other? They got other flavors. And when you know too many flavors, when you know too many flavors of ramen noodles, you've been down for too long. Not that ramen noodles don't taste good, but there's no denying that it ain't good for you. It's cheap as hell. And it's a broke meal. It's a broke meal. So when you gotta choose between the lo mein, the linguine, the fettuccine, the spaghetti, and the ramen, you done fell from grace. You done fell from grace. It's one of those things. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752, and we are talking about when you're about to lose your job. Now we can also talk about we can talk a little bit about when you're about to quit your job. You see that burn, man? This burn, my burn. At least it ain't hurting. It ain't hurting no more. When you about to quit your job, it's almost the same attitude as when you're about to lose your job. Except when you're about to quit your job, you feel like you're in a more powerful position. The thing about it is you're in a more powerful position, but some people quit a job and don't even have another job left. I mean, waiting for them. I've seen people do it, and it's one of the dumbest things that I've ever seen. Now, I've seen people do two things, I should say. I've seen people quit a job and live off their savings until they get another job. I've seen people finagle a way to quit their job and still get unemployment. Yet there are ways. There are ways that you can actually quit a job and get unemployment, but you have to go through the HR channels and things like that. So it's not easy, and it's not. Well, it might be more common than people think, but there are ways to do it. Most people think that there's no way you can quit a job and get unemployment. Yeah, you can't just go in your job and be like, listen, I'm out of here. I ain't taking this shit no more. And think you're gonna go down to the unemployment office and get No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You gotta prove some things wasn't exactly right. You know what I mean? You could be like a hostile work environment. There's some things that you can do. Anyway. The other thing is, I know people who quit their job and went back to the streets. You a street dude or you a hustler in some kind of way. I've seen plenty of people quit their job and go right back to the block. Or selling, some people getting money on the internet. So they was like, well, I'll go back to stripping. I'll start making getting my OnlyFans popping again. Yeah, I'm gonna just start showing my ass. Literally, start showing my ass on the internet. I'm getting money from that. I'll live off of that for a little while. Maybe I might do that and start stripping again and start selling drugs again, whatever. But those are the ways that I've seen people go ahead and quit a job when they've had enough. Like I ain't putting up with this shit no more. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this shit. What up, Stacey White? What up, Carol Chamberlain, mi friend, mi favorita? What up, my brother Ansel Jones? What up, Emily Dunlap in the house and VB? Thanks for coming on out. Let me see what y'all talking about. Man, Ansel Jones says they had a lot of people wake up with no job, ready to go after graduation. Man, after graduation, that pandemic killed a lot of people's income. We talk a lot about the people who was getting PPP loans or whatever they call them, and people who was getting unemployment with the extra $600 a week on top of the unemployment and all that. We talk about those people. That didn't apply to everybody. Everybody didn't get that. Some people just didn't have no job for a while. Or some people got the money for a little while and then they didn't. They had to fend for themselves. And you have to think that a lot of people had businesses that they had just started up. Now imagine that. You just got a business loan You just got yourself a storefront and was just trying to get yourself off the ground. And when you open up a business, when you start a business, you probably won't turn a profit for the first year or two, or up to 5 years. You might just be maintaining. So imagine just getting started. You just got the loan. You just having to start paying back the loan, and your business is stopped. Your business is down because of the pandemic. I know a lot of businesses that didn't get a chance to open back up. Even restaurants, it's done. They done. So everybody wasn't a money grabbing success story during the pandemic. And peace to everybody. My condolences to people who lost their businesses, because when we talking about getting ready to lose your job, or when your job is on the line or whatever, imagine your whole career when you was trying to give other people jobs and you don't even have enough money to pay the lights on or the rent in the space that you have your business at. It's not a good look. Not a good look. That's what's up. Ansel says, I was in my early 20s when I seen somebody get forced to retire. Yep. They be trying to get seniors out the way. And they also be trying to, lay people off, get people fired before they retire, so they can get out of paying those entitlement benefits. They don't want to pay that shit. They don't want to pay it. Carol says, I do, Omar. I've seen it happen too many times. Yeah, people get too many people getting escorted out the building. Came to work, got fired, got turned around. You know what I mean? Massive budget cuts, layoffs. And the common working person, they don't understand. They don't understand that it's a money game. It can feel real personal. It can feel real personal. After all, personally, you the one that's not making no money. Fuck what everybody else is doing. V2B says, since we are talking about finances and jobs, I would like to announce that I just received an offer from the IRS. Work from home. I am really excited. I know somebody that got an offer from the IRS in the same way, and they was able to work from home, and they turned it down. I was like, now that's a good position to be in. You can turn down a decent paying job because you got a better paying job. But working from home, I don't know. Nigga like me would have found a way to do both of them at the same time. If I can work at home, you know what I mean? If I can work at home. Even though people be thinking that people who work from home don't really be doing the work, shit. You know what I mean? They be monitoring your laptop. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep that mouse going, baby. You got to keep that mouse going. Why your mouse ain't moving? Why your computer sleeping? Ain't your lunchtime. Get up. Your productivity numbers looking bad right now. Get to work. You gonna get fired. You get fired from your from working at home, man. You just shit is bad, son. Shit is bad. For real. Word, mother, for real. All right. But yeah, congratulations to you, Vita. Cal says, you have to alter your habits, shopping, tightening your belt to accommodate your new finances. And that unemployment shit ain't sweet, man. It ain't. People, listen, unemployment ain't sweet. Workman's comp ain't sweet. People be thinking, workman's comp is that shit. You getting 60% of your income. You ready to lose damn near half of your pay? You good? You good? You good? I don't care how much money you save. You ain't ready to lose half your money. All right. 40%. You 10% less than half. What? I mean, 10% more than half? I know. No. Me not want no part of that. Yeah. And unemployment. You on unemployment. You know how people be like, well, yeah, I'm going to take me a little break anyway. I've been working steady for all of these years or whatever. I'm just going to chill out. You think you going to be chilling on unemployment? That motherfucker be like, show me 3 jobs that you know what? Show me 6 jobs that you applied for this week. And then I need you to show me their responses to them. And if you don't show it, then we're going to have to cut your unemployment off. Your next check will be your last check. Like, damn, I ain't been on unemployment, but 2 weeks. Yeah, well, you only got 3 months. What you think this is? 2002? No, it ain't. You ain't gonna be milking this unemployment forever. People used to be able to get unemployment for years. I know somebody who got unemployment for 4 years. How you 4 years? 48 months. That's crazy. Used to be able to do it. Some people. If you know how to work the system, you know how to work the system. But if you know how to work the system in order to keep the unemployment coming, then you should be able to learn how to work the system where you work at right now to keep yourself from even having to go on unemployment. But yeah, so you might think that like, yeah, I'm going to take a little break. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to chill out for a little while, get myself together before I go back to work. Unemployment be pushing that ass. And workman's comp, they going to make sure you still too sick to go back to work. Don't wake up feeling better. Oh, you feel better? Can you walk? Can you reach over above your head? Can you carry 50 pounds? Yeah. Oh, you carry 50 pounds? Be at the doctor. Be at the doctor this Friday. We can have you back to work on Monday. No later than Wednesday. We'll submit it to your employer by Monday. Have you approved to get back to work on Wednesday. Shit. A lot of y'all might, on workman's comp or unemployment, y'all might be glad to get back to work. Like, yo, man, I can't live off of this shit. And I'm tired of people nagging me about getting a job. Or getting better. I'm still sick. Well, the physical therapists say that your back, your hip, your arms, and shoulders got better. Yeah. What about my neck? They said your neck is better too. Yeah, but it still hurt. And I got a cold. I think it's COVID. Wait a minute, you said you had a cold? But it might be COVID. Okay. Cold. COVID. You know what I mean? When you about to lose your job, do you become an asshole? Or do you become the best employee at the job? Y'all ain't gonna fire me. Y'all ain't gonna fire me. Y'all ain't gonna fire me. Ain't gonna walk me out of the building with the same security that I used to be chilling with. No, it ain't the way to go. And I ain't going out. Yo, say it ain't so. I'm gonna be working here till I walk out of here on my own power. I took me a shower to come to work this morning. Don't treat me like a jerk. Don't get no coffee stains on my shirt. I'ma be all right. I'ma make sure that I keep my shit tight. You ain't fire me tonight when I come in tomorrow, and even the next day I might work over the weekend. Nobody say that I can't come through these doors, make you a lot of money and get paid more. I'm making sure I keep my status. Don't try to throw them pink slips at us. I am the man, sometimes the girl. I'm going to be the one that makes this world turn around and around and down like a submarine. Make sure I have enough money to keep clean. And I gleam like the toothpaste, and I won't be out of here. Get out my face. Yo, I'ma work here till I'm done. I'ma work here till I'm done. I'ma work here till I'm done. You understand what I'm talking about, son? Word. Answer the show says, play musical chairs. How many chairs left? True story. And Carol says, the job I retired from, whenever we saw one particular man come on the floor, Grim Reaper, we called him, everybody got nervous. Yeah. That was the one that was, he was like a crane. He was the crane that came and picked you up out of here. That claw came, picked you up. No, let me go. Let me go. Get off me. Get off me. My daughter prom sent off is in a few months. I gotta pay for college. I gotta get hip replacement surgery. And that's another thing. When you lose your job, you know, if you have health problems, you got health issues, you get to thinking like, when I get fired, like, how am I gonna go to the doctor? I'm not well. I'm barely well enough to come in here every day. I ain't gonna have no health insurance. People be having to go back to work, get another job just because they don't have health care. Shit is crazy. You know what I mean? And that's Affordable Care Act or not. You know what I'm saying? It's a major change. It's a major change, and it can affect you in a certain kind of way. You be thinking like, yo, how am I going to pay for my medications if I don't have this job? The only reason that I can afford these medications, blood pressure medicine, heart medicine, treatments, random, clinic visits. We don't always think about that. But the people who are in those positions that need that, they be thinking about nothing but that. I was, I was talking to a nurse recently, and they was giving me the real. They was talking about the good job health insurance versus the welfare insurance. And she was telling me how they be trying to get them welfare people up out of the hospital. She told me, like, yeah, them doctors be trying to get those welfare people up out of there because they know that the state will only pay up into a certain amount. But they know the job health insurance will keep paying. You know, you could petition for more. You could, yeah. They got the good shit, especially people who work for the government, work for the city and all of that. And I was like, damn, I don't hit, you be thinking that the medical card with the welfare, you be thinking like, all right, well, I can get my teeth fixed. I can get the corns cut off or the bunions cut off my foot and all this kind of stuff. It ain't sweet like that. They be trying to get them up out of there. Make room for the people who have job or work medical insurance because they can milk them all day. All day. It's crazy. Carol says, dodge that bullet that day. Carol says, I did it and got a new job 2 days later. So you quit your job without a job. That's a lot of anger, boy. Yeah. If you quit your job without a job waiting for you, you need to, like, fuck finding a new job. You need to go to a therapist immediately. You know what I mean? Because that's a lot of anger right there. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing this no more. You need to be laying up in the couch on a couch somewhere. Yeah, well, when I was younger, my big brother smacked the ice cream out of my hand unexpectedly, and I've really never been the same because my dad yelled at me and he believed that my brother was right. And then from then on, I knew that girls were in a position where no one would believe them. I swear to God, I never kissed Russell. I never kissed him. I never kissed him. Everybody thought I kissed him, but I didn't kiss him. Ansel says, did you see 40 more people get arrested from January? Woo! Lock all them dickheads up, all of them. I hope they not sentencing them hard enough. They not sentencing them hard enough. The judge asked for 33 years. He gave him 22 years. I'm like, what you playing? The 11th timetables? 22? That's 2 times 11 instead of 33, which is 3 times 11. What we doing? What we doing? Get them all. Lock all them bastards up. Make an example of all of them. Fucking Proud Boys. Here's how I feel about you, Proud Boys. I'm proud too. Proud that your ass is up out of here. I don't care what nobody say. January 6th was way scarier to me than 9/11. January 6th was way scarier to me than 9/11. At least with 9/11, we can expect that enemy. January 6th, you mean to tell me that we the enemy? I ain't ready for this whole taking over government shit. Even if another country tries to attack us, that's another country trying to attack us. They didn't say they was trying to occupy us. January 6th was scarier than 9/11. I'm looking at January 6th like, what the fuck is going on here? That's the Capitol. Nobody storms the Capitol. What? Get them all. Get them all the fuck up out of here. Carol says, I wish I could work from home. Man, me and you both. The little bit of time that I did work from home, I ain't gonna front. I couldn't enjoy it because working from home after working on site kind of makes it feel like they phasing you out. I know some people who received the option to work from home after they were big wigs working on site, and they just phased them out. But now, because of the pandemic, it's not like that. But before, I used to be thinking like, as soon as they start letting you work from home, they testing out what life is like without you. And that might have been how it was before the pandemic. But after pandemic, a lot of people are still working from home since the pandemic because they like, shit, the hell with this. Let you pay your own Wi-Fi bill. We ain't got to pay for it. Yeah, let you pay your own cell phone bill. We ain't got to pay for it. Let you pay your lights, your heat, snow removal. We saving a lot of money. Insurance. It all comes down to the money. Carol says they be clocking you hard. Trust me. Yeah. Unemployment. Yeah. Yes, they do. And workman's comp. They be on your top. They be on your tiz. Carol says neither is. And if you go out on disability, you only getting 60% of your pay on most jobs. Like I said, if you can live with the 60%, that's on you. It don't sound like a good look to me. V2B says, I love working from home, flexible and laid back. Yep, they monitor. Yeah, I know they do. They gonna watch. Man, the man gonna watch his money. Emily says, Carol, guess that's why I'm not getting more. Getting more what? Carol says, all you had to do back in the day was report to the unemployment office weekly and say that you and say that you had 3 jobs in the one ad list. Then and you were considered looking for work. Yep. Now they'd be like, nope. Show me them listings online and show me the response. It's nasty now. It's nasty. EDB says unemployment is much shorter than it used to be. Yep. Maybe like 90 days max. Get your ass out there. You can work somewhere. Yeah, you might not match your original income, but you ain't gonna be milking this state. No. Jersey used to be a very friendly unemployment state. I don't know how they are now. I got Jersey unemployment before for longer than a year, but I hated that shit. I was trying to find a job in the same industry. It wasn't working out. Anyway, Emily says, and Sal, he need a producer, and I had to. Carol says, Emily, depends on the job, and if you're getting Social Security disability, then it's based on your earnings. Okay. B2B says, I thank God I don't smoke weed. One time I fell at work. They sent me straight to the care spot to do a drug test. I said, dang, this protocol when you get hurt. Yes. You get hurt on the job. They want to make sure it wasn't you. But at the same time, normally they don't fire you if you are an employee of that company. Then they have to, you can say, well, listen, I've had a drug problem for a while, and so they got to send you to the joint to give you a chance to get clean. They got to give you a chance to get clean. But like if you like are a contractor or something like that, like you don't actually work for that company, you're a contractor or you are a temporary employee, get your problem ass up out of here. Or if you're on probation, like let's say you just started working at the job, you haven't been there but a couple of weeks, maybe 2 months, because most probationary periods are what, like 90 days? Some are longer than that. But if it's like 90 days, you fail a drug test within 90 days. Holla. And so says, damn, just talked about losing a job. V2B says, workers' compensation tried to tried to pay me off $3,500 to quit. I said, hell no. Yeah, man. What? Wait. That's equivalent of a decent vacation. Like, that take care of the cruise, the airfare, you know what I'm saying? All inclusive and all of that. You get home broke. You might have drunk up that money. How you drink up all the money on the all-inclusive thing? All-inclusive don't include alcohol, dummy. You find that out. You find that out the hard way when you go on a cruise and you go to an all-inclusive joint. Food and drink don't drink. We ain't mean alcohol drinks. You better rock out with this lemonade. Yeah, have some Coke, Pepsi, soft drinks. You ain't getting no. You ain't squeezing no gin, no grenadine in there. You crazy? You crazy? Gotcha. Emma says, I worked in medical insurance for over 20 years. Trust me, welfare is better than a lot of things commercial insurance won't cover. Really? Okay. I got nothing. I ain't got nothing, Carol. Nothing. But that's what she told me. She's like, got to get them up out of here. B2B says, Medicaid killed my mama. Oh, man. Carol says, and commercial insurance plans have high deductibles and co-insurance. Yeah, that's true. And she was saying that, though. She was saying, like, yeah, with the health insurance, with the company health insurance, you got a deductible, you got a copay, and all of that. Welfare, you ain't getting no copay. Ain't no deductible. Ain't no deductible. B2B says, no, they told my mom if she was in the hospital more than 30 days, they taking a disability check. So they sent her home for me to take care of in a hospital bed. Ugh. 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 Carol says, when you have Medicaid, there are no co-insurance or deductibles. Okay. Vita says, I'd rather pay the deductible and get the proper care. Well, you just wind up owing the hospital when you have a deductible. So you don't owe the insurance company, you owe the hospital. So the problem is going to come when you need further care and you got this outstanding bill that you ain't paid. And it's bad. Sometimes when you have outpatient services, you had an outpatient procedure and shit, and you still owe like $300-400. Like $300-400 paying that shit. And they got me with that shit. I ain't do nothing but get some x-rays. I gotta have a $300 bill. And they took like 4 pictures. What? Man, I could have did that with my cell phone. Cheese shutter. Say cheese. 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 Fuck out of here. Vita says, something they don't tell people is that weak ass life insurance. That job life insurance, that covers the job, not you. Yeah, you'll be able to put your people in a box. Or should I say, they'll be able to put you in a box. And your people will get a little bit of money. But yeah, you let your job determine your life insurance if you want. All right. We're about to do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious September 6th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Missionary Shonay. D. James, happy birthday to you. And Felicia Galliard, happy birthday to you. And Barbara S. Kellum, happy birthday to you. And Orlando Green. And he's raising money for the fundraiser for Community Movement Builders Incorporated. And Mo Harmony, happy birthday to you. And Lemele Lopez, happy birthday to you. And Kalita Key, turning 36 years old today. And Latanya Singleton, turning 38 years old today. And Patricia Hudson, turning 58 years old today, and Brenda Robinson, turning 61 years old today, and Natalie Henderson, turning 40 years old today, and Jewel Harris, turning 42 years old today, and Jean Macklin, happy birthday to you, and Apollo QC Gladiator, turning 44 years old today, and last but not least, my cousin, Gabrielle Humphrey. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious September 6th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on, do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do the thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, listen. When you about to lose your job, lose your job, yo, it can feel like your pockets got robbed, pockets got robbed, and you're not feeling like the man, and don't feel like you can take a stand, but in your gut, you know you gotta do something, but you just don't know what. But, yo, believe in God and the universe, and they gonna reverse the curse, and you gonna be okay today. But you gotta change your old ways, because you might have been a little lazy, tried to act crazy on your boss, and that means you had took a loss, because you was ready to quit, or so you thought it would be okay. But another day means that your pockets be flat when they used to be fat. What you gonna do about that? Are you gonna make another week and do better for yourself? Yo, you gotta get yourself together, mental health and your physical health. You might be a little sick and you went out like a sick dick. What's it gonna be? Get back on your horse and do the best that you know how to do. Act like the boss. Act like the one that's writing the checks. Carry your head high. Act like you respect. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go Getimism show. I want to thank y'all for coming on through. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. All right, so Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobas. 1, 2, on the other side, my boobas. Peace. Yeah.